Right, we're live. Welcome. We've got Matt again on the end here, Callaway fitter. Was with Ian Wright this morning fitting for a driver, did a great job. And we've got competition winner. Hello, David. Nice to meet you. Handicap, David?
10.
10, and where are you from?
Garstang, Lancashire.
Oh, right, so
Yeah.
a bit of a trip down. How long was
Bit of a
that?
trip.
4 hours?
Oh, at least, yeah, at least. It's been a
Well,
long slog.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the chatters in the chat, and we've got Matt behind camera. Hello, Matthew.
Hello,
So
hello.
everyone seems to want to know where Matt is. We're going to do an iron. I'm here. We're doing an iron and a driver fitting.
Great.
We're going to see what comes out. At the moment, we've got what we got at the minute. We've got some RSI ones.
We have, yeah.
Tailor-made RSI ones.
Yeah.
Not off the shelf.
Off the shelf.
For a 10 handicap, but that surprises me a little bit. Just off the
Yeah,
shelf.
that's what the pro said at the time.
Okay,
so
we won't go there.
Yeah.
So you're going to watch a live fitting irons and driver. We've already collected some data with this club, I think, haven't we?
We have, yeah, we've hit a few shots.
So where are we going to start? We're going to start with an iron, or are we going to what? We're
Right,
going to
well,
hit a few more with it.
No, I'm happy with the numbers we've got with that.
Okay.
We'll briefly talk through the numbers and then we'll start having a little hit with some of ours.
So why don't we
See where
hit
go.
some of yours and then come back
We
to the
can compare.
numbers, maybe?
Absolutely.
If I still
Yeah.
have one for you. So
Okay.
you started collecting. We've got this is a 7 iron, isn't it? Yes.
It is, yeah.
So we're going to see what comes out from a fitted iron. What you started with there, Matt? That's a
The Apex CF.
CF16.
That's the one.
So we're starting with Apex CF16s irons, as used by Coach.
Cut my face.
You cut your face, Malcolm. Yeah, so
Yeah.
CF stands for cut face, which is like the head is gouged kind of out around the outside, Dave. So around the outside here, it's kind of they've removed it all, which is going to give the face maybe a little spring, a bit more consistent across the face, as I understand cut face.
That's a well-explained definition.
Why, thank you. So we're going to see if Dave can cup his face.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
We have slightly tweaked this already, just because
Oh.
we've done a little wrist to floor measurement, so we've got some numbers, we've got some data.
So we've done a wrist to floor measurement,
Yeah, that's
which
it.
has made you, what have we got?
Well, that shows that for Callaway we'd be standard length,
Standard length,
but slightly more upright.
a little bit more
So
up.
we have started with that, and we may tweak that as we go through.
Okay, brilliant. Let's see it. And this is a 7 iron.
It is 7 iron, yeah.
Okay, let's see it. Sounded like a good hit. Data coming in.
First little draw of the day as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So 4, 6. Would you work on carry or total with an iron fitting, Matt?
Tend to work on carry,
Yeah.
just because that's what's going to make the
It's
the
more
difference
practical
out
when they play, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Do you see what we're saying there, Dave? So we're
Yeah.
working, you see the numbers there, so we've got carry and total going.
Yeah.
It's going to be that carry number's the one we're going to be most interested in,
Okay.
because you're in control of that. The other bit is part calculation and obviously affected by slopes and if it's wet or dry and all those kind of things. So
Okay.
we're going to look at carry. 1, 3, 4 carry there on that CF16 Apex. Again, quite a good strike it sounded.
How's it feeling though?
A little less distance, 1, 2, 2. How's that feel, Dave?
Yeah, it feels good.
What about the
Feels good.
looks? When you look down at it, is it something you could gain?
Yeah, I like the looks.
Because what have you got any
Certainly,
preconceptions with looks? Like you want it to look a certain way, or are you just happy to get something that performs? You know, some people won't want to look at chunky cups, will they?
No, they don't. No, they've got their own view of what,
Yeah.
what they want
Yeah.
to see.
Have you got those preconceptions or not?
Yeah, I have. If it's not right, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That looks right. I like the look
Yeah,
of it,
yeah.
you know.
Sounds like I want.
All right.
You know?
Bloody hell.
You asked.
Don't give him one he doesn't like.
You No, it
Do
was-
all of these sandwiches. So you like the look of that?
I like the. Yes, I do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Go on then.
Thank you.
Careful what you ask, Matt.
Oh.
Yeah, how did you feel you struck that one?
Oh, that felt good. It felt that it came right
It's like
out
a
of the.
baby fade.
That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Really
Oh,
solid
144.
strike. Yeah. You see up there, we
He's
see,
cupped his face, Matt.
see
He's done
the,
it.
the contact, the smash factor. That was good. But so was your launch and your spin.
Yeah.
That's your best ball speed so far.
Yeah.
So
Even for the
smash
early ones.
factor, we're saying there, Matt, it's gone up. Which
Has gone up.
Is it going to indicate that so your speed that you're putting into the impact is coming out the other end efficiently?
Got you.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
just swing at 1,000 miles an hour, but kind of just nobble the ball with the end of the club,
Yeah.
that speed is not translating onto the ball very efficiently. That would drop way down.
Okay.
So you're saying there, Matt, that that's a better strike.
Better
Smash
strike.
factor went up, so we would look for those numbers to be nearer optimum.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
guess.
Yeah, and so a 139, pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Getting 144 carry.
Yeah.
Good. Let's do another. Where would you put your 7-iron in your head as a carry? Because it's very interesting when you do fits. I find this with lessons. I ask this question knowing I'm not going to get the answer I expect.
Very true.
So, I hit
Very
my
true.
7-iron 160. Do you see what I mean? You're seeing 144 up there, 7-iron. What are you thinking? You're thinking.
We spoke about it before, Matt and
Yeah.
I, and it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm playing well,
Yeah.
I've got the confidence, then I might look to get a little bit further. But if the ball's not being struck well, then that's probably about right.
So where would you put your 7-iron? You're playing on a course where what distance are you hitting your 7-iron?
I'd say anything between 145, 155 on a good day.
Yeah, so you've got to remember, this is 144 in the air.
Yeah.
That's going to land, that's going to go forwards 5 yards, that's 150
Yeah.
comfortably on a
Yeah.
course.
On a course, yeah.
You're not, that's not going to land and zip back.
Of
That's
course.
going to land and bounce forward. So, 144.5, that is going to be comfortably your 150 carry.
Yeah, and I'd expect something like the 7-9 to be like that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Okay, should we do another?
Thank you.
Most amateurs do go by full distance in it
Oh,
as well.
and they don't take in slope.
Yeah.
They do it on par 3s that they play. So they don't see it that it's bouncing 5 yards, 10, 15 yards before it gets on the green.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a 170 yard par 3 that they play every week, and they hit their 7-iron there.
Yeah.
And then they go and play a course where you've got 170 over like a ditch or over
Sure.
some water, and they're like, right, my 7-iron 170 normally.
Yeah.
You don't. You hit it on that hole where it rolls forward.
Yeah.
Amateurs generally always over.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had one who undershoots their guess.
It's like fishing, isn't it? Oh, it was this big.
Was it? I've never been fishing, but I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm supposed to hit the ball. but I'm
Yeah,
not.
absolutely. No pressure, Dave.
Low ball.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Right, focus.
So the little baby fade is Dave's standard shot, which he's getting there.
Excellent shot.
140 smash, going 146. Pretty good.
Yeah, good. Good sound as well.
Yeah,
it
Solid
sounded good.
strike.
Yeah,
Sounded
it was.
good.
Feel, how does something, if that's going to come through sound, how are you, that was that feel like when you're hitting that? Like something you could game or not? Or?
Oh, yeah, it sounds tremendous.
Yeah.
Those last two shots, probably the best of the day so far
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
You know,
Okay.
figures as.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
One more, Matt, or do you?
Yeah, one more,
Okay.
and then we'll make a little adjustment to it.
Great.
Thank you. Not the best.
Slight bit of ground first.
Yep.
Yeah, so smash drops down at 124, and then the carry drops down 127. So your energy was transferred a bit to the mat before the ball.
Felt
Good. So we're going to make a little adjustment. Comments? Any comments coming in, Matthew?
Yeah, so what part of fitting helps achieve the penetrating ball flight? I seem to hit my irons a bit high, which in the wind causes issues.
Okay, I mean, for me, that's got to be looking at what loft they apply, Matt, wouldn't you say? And then trying to somehow control that through fitting.
See what the dynamic loft is, and then work on that. Work on the head first,
Yeah.
and see if we can bring that down. Then maybe if we work on the head, then we'll look at the spin rate. See if we
So
can bring that
different
down.
heads could be different offsets,
That's it.
different CG placements.
All of
Yeah.
that can play a difference in the launch angles and bringing it down.
Launch angles and what they deliver to a certain extent. I've hit shots with two hybrids, one that was slightly offset and one that was on, and I would change my delivery to make sure I got my flight I wanted. So I have a flight in my head of what I want, and the one that was offset felt like it was going to go up, and the one that was offset felt like it would actually go lower to me. So I changed my delivery almost subconsciously to hit the right shot.
Yeah.
Because what people have always got, they've got a preconception of a shot in their head.
Yeah.
So sometimes no matter what club you give, similar to what Phil was saying in there, they'll try and get that shot out. Okay, so that's interesting. A little bit of shaft, maybe weights might change dynamic delivery and fractions.
Potentially, yeah.
But I would always go head first.
Focus on the head first,
Yeah,
and then we'll work on the
the
shaft
smaller
afterwards.
aspects. Good. Any other questions?
Yeah, efficiency difference between blades and cavity back irons.
Good question. Come in shot a bit more, Matt, so people can see where the wisdom comes from. So any kind of efficiency difference in blades to cavity backs?
Absolutely. You know, there's obviously player types
Yeah.
coming into that one, but the more we miss the middle,
Yeah.
you want the club to help you, and a blade with the best one in the world won't help you as much as a
Yeah.
cavity back, so your efficiency will drop.
So over a series of shots, you're going to see a drop off,
Yeah.
subject to your efficiency of strike. So it's not centered strike. You probably wouldn't find much difference in transfer of energy. Is going to be the same.
Yeah, shouldn't see any difference really at all.
Absolutely,
It's,
yeah.
it's the more away from the middle.
Absolutely, which is where the blade's going to go. So we'll come back to some questions in a second. What adjustment have we got in there?
Well, the head seems to be delivering some power.
Yeah.
I've gone similar flex, a fraction lighter, just
Okay.
to see if we can eke out any more of that power. See if
So
we
a
can
bit
get
more speed.
a bit more distance potential.
So
yeah.
we've got a slightly lighter shaft.
That's it. Take that 5 grams out of the shaft.
Interesting that you're always talking about weight. I like that. Not so much about the flex, it's often about the weight, which is influencing it. Sounded okay to me.
Does it feel much different, Dave, in your hands?
Slightly.
6, not
I've
his
probably
best
needed a
strike.
couple.
3-1 smash, so there's more to give in strike than that. Does it feel lighter?
It does feel lighter when I swing it like that, to be fair.
Yeah. And that's a good thing or a bad thing, or not sure?
I think I probably do need a lighter shaft. Personally.
Okay. Lots of that's going to be field-based as well, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
yeah. It's the feedback we're
Like if
getting
someone
from the
picks that
player.
up and goes, oh, that feels awful, you work that into what you're delivering,
Absolutely,
wouldn't
yeah.
it? Slightly clean, that one. Bit more at the bottom.
Still got a fade there.
138 out the bottom. That's not bad, is it?
Not bad
Considering
for a-
we were 146 top ending.
Not bad for a miss.
That's a
Level one.
small drop off, and that's similar to that question with blades and cavities.
Yeah.
That would drop off loads more with a blade. Good.
I know obviously what you just said there about the weight, the feel for it. Statistically wise, for me the slightly heavier ones give me a bit more control.
Yeah.
And I know it's early, but actually giving us a little bit better ball speed.
Yeah.
So you can strike it better with that one.
What, with the heavier?
With a slightly heavier shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting, Ian was so much more comfortable with the heavier shaft, wasn't
It's,
it?
yeah, very player dependent.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't seem to be striking it as well, do I?
So
Your,
I know it's early
your
doors.
smash is lower at the moment.
you're doing what I expect with a lighter club. It's going faster, but the output's not there.
Yeah.
The ball's not leaving as quickly.
So the club is moving a bit faster, but we're not getting it onto the ball through
I'm
strike.
going to take that out of the equation.
So we're going to change again back to the same or slightly heavier?
I'm going to try just a little bit heavier.
Yeah,
So we've
okay.
tried a 95. We've seen a 90 not do
Yeah.
it. Let's go for 100.
Great. Questions? Any more questions, Matt?
The comment on Dave's shirt.
It's a nice shirt, isn't it?
Do they like it?
Looking smart.
Thank you.
He is colour coordinated
It's
very well.
very
I
smart.
had to be and I went
How-
neutral.
How did I look? Has anyone commented on how I look?
Far better
I
than
feel
me.
like I don't get any comments anymore. Any other comments not about Dave's shirt?
Graphite shaft if you want a lighter shaft.
That's a question or a statement?
Question.
Well, you can get graphite shafts at different weights.
You can, yeah.
Thank you.
Again,
So it's, again, yeah.
it's a difficult one. You know, are we just after distance?
Yeah.
After we control and distance?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's getting player orientated,
Yeah,
player
yeah.
dependent.
Absolutely.
If it's just distance,
Yeah.
let's go graphite.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But then, if the same like we saw with Dave, if you go graphite's lighter and then they don't strike it as well, then you're losing.
That's it. Yeah.
Which again is where testing, club fitting, is the answer, isn't it?
We've got a discussion about the weight of the shaft, which is what we've just been talking
Yeah. So at the moment, Matt, we're trying slightly heavier, aren't we?
We are, yes.
What kind of weights? What was the preferable one, and then what's this gone to?
So 95 gram
Right.
Seems to be working well for us.
Okay.
We've just moved this up to 100.
Okay.
Again, just to see what the
How
control
heavy can a shaft get in an iron? What's like, you know, some tall guys with very heavy shafts maybe?
Yeah, we've got 130s in here.
And what kind of players do you see that?
They're strong players.
Yeah,
they're fast tempo,
yeah,
they're hitters
yeah.
that go that heavy.
Yeah, like me.
So is it?
Hashtag regular.
Hashtag I'm tired now.
Let's strike.
Yeah, 133 smash.
140.
143. So not bad. Again, when you get up the weights, it's not as good as the optimum. I think the 95. Or was it 95?
Yeah, 95 is optimal at the moment.
But he seems to find sweet spot more when there's a bit of weight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Which surprises me.
Yeah.
I've gone the other way. If you asked me to go for the shafts, I'd have gone lighter.
Yeah.
So
So it's why it's so important that fitting is done
Absolutely.
with someone who knows what they're doing. I
Yeah.
mean, so many fits are done by guys in a shop, you know, just walking in with their mates, having a go and hitting. Some of the conversation I hear,
yes.
like at a shop, you know, it's hard.
Yeah.
They're just not getting it right. You need to be seeing someone who, like Matt, I mean,
Like
that's what he does. He fits. Every day he's a fitter. He knows what he's on about.
Yeah.
And he'll apply certain patterns with what he sees with certain people to get to your fit quicker than someone who's going to kind of guess from the start who doesn't
Sure.
fit as much. Should we try a couple more? One more with this?
One more with this one.
One more with this one. One, 3, 2, smash. Carrying 140. So at the moment, 95 I think is definitely where we're at. So where are we, Matt? Are we close to where you think that we should be? So I don't think there's a discussion with the head, is there?
No, I think you feel very comfortable with
Apex,
the head.
CF16,
You like that.
you like the head.
Yep.
Feels fine. You've hit some shots that you said felt as good as anything.
Yep.
And it is. I mean, for a club that applies a lot of friendliness, I always think this one is one of the prettiest you can get. Because often to apply this amount of friendliness, you need kind of some big chunks on it, and everybody start liking it. But you've got really clean lines on it.
Yeah, I like it.
Which lots of people say. So we're going Apex CF16 head.
We are, yeah. And
95 shaft,
95 gram shaft.
standard length.
At the moment,
Okay, we might try
just
a
going to
little
try
longer.
just a slightly longer club here.
So again, to see if we can add some speed without compromising strike.
Okay.
So I personally would always use the longest club I could handle.
Yeah.
You know, if you gave me an 8-foot long driver, I am going to hit it a long way if I hit it.
Yeah.
And I can, you know, get some speed into the hair.
Thank you.
So this is ½ inch longer?
Half inch longer, yeah.
So the question will be on if it compromises strike now, I guess, and if it adds speed. So we've added speed, 79 from 78.
That setup, though, does this feel any different?
That went pretty straight as well for me, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Don't act so surprised.
I mean, they're all on the fairway.
Dispersion's not bad.
No, it's not too bad, Matt. I'll be happy with that at
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, it's down the iron, I mean, you hit that house, didn't you, Matt,
on
on
the
the
roof,
right?
didn't I?
You hit it on the roof when you hit it.
This is hard, you know, just be putting them on the fairway.
And
with
we
you
didn't
guys.
have ball cam on, I so wanted ball cam on. Just watching you bounce down St Andrews.
And they say it only went 280.
Yeah, that actually went about 500, didn't it? That's interesting. Yeah, he's not he has compromised the middle a bit there. 1, 2, 4. I thought that sounded quite good.
Yeah.
He's adding speed.
He is.
So he's up to 79 from 78 mile an hour club speed. So he's gained a mile an hour club head speed, but smash is fluctuating more than the other one, isn't
Looks
it?
like the strike isn't quite as sensitive
Yeah.
as this one.
So you can gain speed, but do you want to compromise strike, which would be
One more for me, just to double check, but I think I'm comfortable with the.
where you were? Yeah.
We've got the right
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. This is where he rips it and throws a curveball in.
That's the one it actually is.
Yeah. Look at the speed, it's
Yeah.
gone up to 81.
Yeah.
144, but again, strike 131. So we're going. Stage speed when we went half inch longer definitely jumped up. Can we see a comparison? Or not?
Not really.
No,
No, we haven't
that's
seen-
fine. But I mean, I was looking at you were 78 mile an hour generally. You jumped up 79, 81 mile an hour at the top left.
Yeah.
When we went longer in shaft,
Yeah, so we've got more effort going in, but
not as
Nothing
much
coming
coming. It's just less efficient.
Yeah.
So where are we going to end up? We're going
standard length.
standard length, Callaway standard length,
Callaway standard length, yeah.
because obviously everyone has different standards.
But we will go, because of the wrist to floor and everything at the start, and a little bit out to in, I think we'll go with a little bit of upright golf club.
Okay.
And
So you're using the lie there to try and help with direction. Does that make sense, Dave?
Say again.
So he's using the lie
Yeah.
to try and point the loft
Yeah.
in a slightly different spot because you tend to want to point the face slightly open to the path.
I got you. Yeah.
So if the club was to lie like this,
Yeah.
and then I do it with the camera here, and you hit it at the middle, even though the leading edge would make the ball look like it's going this way, it would come straight left.
Got you.
So he's using the lie to try and dial in a little bit of direction.
yeah,
that
try
right?
and help. Try and help as best we can.
So we're going to go standard Callaway length, we're going to go CF apex 16s, and with 2 degrees upright.
And 2 degrees upright.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That is one
Thank
fit
you.
man. He's been fitted.
He's been fitted.
In a lovely shirt. Any more questions, Matt, in the chat?
No, just
Someone said something nice about my clothes I saw when I walked over. You didn't seem to read that one out.
your shoes, nice shoes.
My shoes.
Can we see Coach get fit for his Callaway shorts?
Taylor.
Taylor Pitts.
We don't do shorts fitting.
Yeah. So we're going to do driver now.
Thank you.
So we've got Ping G25.
Yes.
Interested to see what we can get on this one, if anything, because it's a it's a good club. Let's see what we can do. Just changing the screen over for the change the data.
New routine with the driver. Stands behind it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you expect me to do that for the irons as well?
No,
I should
no.
do really, shouldn't I?
No,
I should
no,
be the
not
same
at
for
all.
all.
I wouldn't do that with every shot.
Just whack it.
Right, that. Yeah.
$195 carry.
195. Totaling out 212. Is this fit? This one, Dave?
No.
So you just bought it,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
You tried it and then bought
I
it.
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a way. Lots of people do it. Okay, so we've got 90 mile an hour club head speed delivered. 200 yards carries. That one's spinning at 2.4. Slight low fade, which is your standard shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the, you can see the two traces there. You have that slight leak to the right as well, don't you? Okay, you're on. That's down the middle. 89 mile an hour club head speed, 208, spinning at 2.4. I mean, it's performing well, that club, isn't it?
There are some good numbers up
Yeah.
there.
What loft you got? 10.5.
It is launching low, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
11 degrees.
11 degrees.
There's room for improvement, Matthew.
There it is. Launch my ball.
Okay, 90 mile an hour club head speed delivered.
There you go.
220, 27, and you launch that higher, so you hit that higher on the face.
13 degrees.
13.7, nearly 14 degree launch. So getting that launch up is going to be a trick, I would say, to keeping that distance consistent. Matt, would you argue?
That's it, yeah, get the launch up a little bit there.
So things to get the launch up, you're going to play with loft, head design, those kind of things.
Exactly that, yeah, we'll play around with a couple of variations.
So your launch is slightly low.
Yeah.
If you imagine, say, I'm firing a hose,
Yeah.
and I want to get to the bottom of the garden, I'm
Yeah.
max pressure already, I'm just going to tip that hose up a bit.
Yeah.
I can't, there's no more pressure I can put in.
Yeah.
So you're running at full pressure, because your hose is slightly low sometimes, it just will fall out of the air.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose a little bit of cap.
Matt's going to give me a bit more.
Well, we'll see. He's going to see. I think he's going to try and challenge that launch number. So that's where Fitter's going to really kind of attack that. You know, they're going to instantly see that there's a power drain there, and they're going to try and fill it.
What are you hoping for then, Nick?
Well, you got this last one, because you struck it out on the face, you got 14 degree launch, and you got almost 20 yards more carry.
Yeah.
So if we can keep the launch up there, and
Yeah.
you don't have to keep whacking it in the exact same point on the face,
Yeah.
in theory, Matt, he's going to get more out of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can still have your variations of strikes within reason,
Yeah.
and squeeze more out of it.
Okay.
Because that driver was 9, wasn't it? Did you say?
10.5.
That's set 10.5.
So it's 10.5.
Yeah.
So what have we got here?
So we've got a 10.5, but we've used the hosel just to make it 11.5.
So it's an 11.5. So we've got the dialed in neck.
Yeah.
So basically Matt has changed the neck to add an extra degree of loft,
That's
and
it.
we're XR16, used by myself and Mr. Willett. Matthew,
Winner this weekend.
thank you. Did I win or did he win? What happened this weekend?
You probably won
So
something. Made up some game.
I was first down into the kitchen. Win.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
11.5.
Okay.
Let's see it. So launching 13.7,
210.
going 211, spinning at 2.8. Interesting. It's quite interesting, isn't it, Sam? That's one shot, but seeing how you've chosen a club to some of the processes a fitter's going through, Dave. You know, your lofts, I get so many lessons who have lofts based on quite random statements sometimes. It's something I'll always work with as a coach in delivery and in static, which can just transform some people's
Yeah.
launch, stroke, distance, stroke, shape. Because
Yeah.
if you give me a different lofted driver, I get different shaped shots.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm trying to find target, and I'll work it out in different ways from what loft is looking at me.
Sure.
Let's do it again. That was
Okay.
good here.
Low.
Low heel,
Sounded like it.
didn't it?
It's alright, the camera's
So
it's
you
being
get that
friendly.
one.
Yeah.
Make sure that dot's on top. That's it. Okay, we got that one. 91 mile an hour covered speed delivered. 209, spinning at 288. So launch on that one was 10 degrees as well through strike. So I would imagine if you strike your club in that position, you're launching that in minus double figures. You're down to 9,
Yeah.
and that's when you get your under 200 yard carries.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Matt?
I would, yeah. And I think the bit I'm pleased about is we've got an okay launch. The spin rate's really quite comfortable for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not crazy, is it?
No, if we
Two
look at-
eights, 2 4s, I
If
think.
we look at attack angle as well, we're going to fight spin. So
Yes, it's interesting. So what Matt's saying there, look at attack angle. Dave's attacking 4.5 degrees down.
Okay. What do you
You're
want?
not, no. You're not changing. You deliver.
Okay.
If you start trying to change that, you'll hit it. You need to deliver what you're gaming, because you want to walk away from here with some clubs that are going to allow you to game better.
Okay.
You've already said you've had one of your best years, so just keep having a good year.
Yeah.
The numbers you're applying are working.
Yeah.
They can deliver a different loft through static. You don't change,
Sure.
and you get more out of it. There's no lose there. You're only gaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what Matt is saying there is you're attacking down a bit more, so that will often create more spin. It's not the attacking down; it's the difference between the angle of attack and a dynamic loft.
Right.
So spin loft basically, but if you start hitting down it a lot and present any kind of loft, you're going to get more spin.
Yeah.
So if you kept all those numbers equal and moved the angle of attack up, your numbers would completely change, and this fit would completely change.
Yeah.
So you need to just deliver what you're delivering. Okay. But definitely giving you an extra degree of loft to begin allows your bad ones to go not into single figures low launch angle, and your optimal ones hopefully to go a little bit further.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure, but your ping, like maximum was 220, but you were averaging around 211, 209.
Yeah.
You've just hit an average shot there and you're 209. So your average shot with that is better than almost one of your optimum shots with your ping.
Yeah.
Because he's changing the launch. Okay, not 2 mile there, covered speed 143 smash, 210, spinning at 3-1. Again, strike wasn't optimum there. Didn't sound it to me.
Didn't sound it, no, but
142
not bad.
smash, which isn't your highest smash, and you're still getting 210.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Matt? How you go? What are your thoughts on that? Are you happy with the club? Are you thinking of tinkering?
I'm thinking of just tinkering to see if we can get some more speed out
Okay.
of that.
So lighter shaft.
Well, I'm actually going to try a different head.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Interesting. Should we try it?
It's a GBB.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going.
Read my mind there.
We're going GBB. Only the very exclusive can use the old XR, Matthew. Me and Marmot.
One of Dave's friends.
Oh, Dave's got a friend on.
In the chat says one of his best years is an understatement. Most improved player I've played with in our club over the last.
There we go. You're too modest, Dave.
Oh, there's somebody
Is that-
back home on.
Is that your brother on again?
Yeah, my brother.
Thank you. The sun's on.
Spooky fish.
You're the best dad in the world,
Spooky
son.
Embarrassing me now.
Make sure you're on the chat at 20 past 1.
Any other comments? Any other questions? Or are they still fighting about weights and shaft? There's a bit of fights going on in there.
There was, that stopped, thank you. Someone here has been playing for a year. Is it worth getting a driver fit yet, as I'm still improving?
I like that
We're
question.
Improving quickly.
Yeah, Matt, go on, hit me. What do you say? Come on in. What would you say? I know my stuff. What would you say as a fitter? Playing a year.
As a fitter, of course I'd say get fitted.
But go on, and as a
I would want to see.
honest guy, what
I'd
would
want
you
to see a little bit of technique
Yeah.
first before moving straight into the driver.
okay.
You know, we can do our best
Yeah.
with the fitting aspect of it, but if the technique needs a bit of fine tuning, always work on that first.
Yeah.
Especially with a new golfer,
Yeah.
and then feel comfortable with the driver,
Yeah.
and then we can fine tune that with the fitting aspect of it.
Absolutely.
It's the best way to get both aspects. Let's
Yeah.
say.
I think the other thing to think about as well is playing a year doesn't mean a standard. You could be playing for a year and still be very raw, and you could be playing for a year and get down to 7. So playing for a year actually doesn't really tell you much. Like Matt is saying, I think it's a little bit more about you delivering some kind of functionality. You know, if you're coming for a fit and you're still at the stage where you're kind of just doing this with a driver. You know, I've had fits when I worked in London, people would come for fits and they'd never played before. And I say, go and hit one, and they're not swinging because they've not had any lessons. So that's a static floor and floor, you know, that's
Go back to that fit.
yeah,
Away you
absolutely.
go.
So if you're delivering some kind of functionality, you know, and you've got questions. I always think, you know, I hit this shot all the time, and I think when I hit this club here, it goes this way. Bring those questions to the fitter and actually get them confirmed or not. I think is a good way of doing it. Because people like Matt will have a lot of questions that he can answer through fitting.
We got one of those questions like that here. My driver ball flight goes very, very high and I'm losing distance. What would you recommend? So that's
Yeah,
fit.
absolutely.
The fitting, absolutely.
Find out where that height's coming from. You might come out of that fitting and a fitter might say, like Matt's saying, look, I can only do a certain amount with a fit. You might want to work on this number, that number, and then come back and we'll optimise when you're applying that functionality. But height, I mean, I always like that question because height is not a mystery. Height's coming from dynamic loft, stroke a bit of angle of attack. It has to become, it's not some magic. Height's going to come from what you deliver. So he needs or she needs to work out why they're delivering so much loft if it's going high, or striking it in a place that has a lot of loft, so higher on the face.
I'd also know how is it going high? Is it going high straight away?
Yeah.
Or is it starting and then going high?
Absolutely.
You know, there's different aspects we could look at with that. So height can be achieved in different areas.
So going
How
for
do
the
you do it?
fit might even just answer the question rather than just make them buy a club. Obviously, this is Callaway and you want them all to buy clubs, I get that. But, the fitting might even just get them to answer a question so they can go away, work on the right thing, comes back and then get the right club. Or the fitting might say, look, that club's just not good, you need this, and it's better, both ways work. Yeah. So where are we now then? Let's go back to...
GBB.
Great, so we've changed heads. Let's just show the heads. It's a great big berth there. But you've moved away into the...
A little bit towards the heel, yeah. Well, all the way towards the heel,
So
actually.
yeah, we're max draw setting. So we've got the weight moved into the heel to try and help with the ball that leaks slightly to the right. And it's the great big berth ahead. Shaft, what have we done there? So, give you that
it's
one.
basically the shaft weight, very similar. So we're not changing that aspect of it.
Okay, so in all intents and purposes, similar to what he's been hitting.
Absolutely, yeah.
Different head with slightly different weight placement in there.
Exactly.
Go on then,
Good stuff.
let's see what you're doing.
Okay, let's see.
My job is done.
No. 221.
Just leave it.
Oh, I
That's
missed
it.
that. I was just reading the chat. Someone write "Love Mark." They never get read. I have to read them out myself.
Okay. Coach say something for the army down under.
Oh, did there? There's an army down. I didn't know you were recruiting down under that.
Yeah.
What have we got
Anyway.
here? We've got 9.3. You got more speed.
More speed.
Where did you find that?
The head is a little bit lighter.
Okay.
So although we've got aerodynamics with XR,
Yeah.
that's a little bit lighter, so it travels a bit quicker.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he makes it
Well,
travel
yes.
a bit further, I
Yeah.
guess. 148 smash. So he hit it well.
Good ball speed off that one.
And then 221 carry, 221 yards carry. So if you do that a few more times, you're done.
Yeah, I think so.
And again, a very straight hole
Yeah,
shot.
look at it.
Yeah.
It's knuckleball,
Yeah.
Matt. Call it.
Knuckleball.
Go on then. Can
Let's-
you repeat?
Let's see if
That's the hard bit in
Let's
this
do
game.
it again.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
That was out the bottom of the club, I think.
Yeah, it was.
144. Yeah, launched at 7 degrees, so right at the bottom of the club. 3-1 spin. Spin goes up. Why does the spin go up, Matt? That's a common one, obviously below the old.
You've got the bulge and roll on the golf club.
Yeah, and
It's
he's-
always going to, so the curvature of the club face.
Yeah.
Hit low launch, but the backspin comes into play.
Absolutely.
So it actually gets it to climb a little bit to
Yeah.
give you
So a common hit on a golf course, that one's at the bottom of the club, starts low and then spins up.
And is that me coming down?
No, that's just a miss hit. We're talking millimetres miss hit.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't, a lesson wouldn't identify that. It might look at bigger patterns. So if I get someone who hits in that spot a lot,
Yeah.
I'll give them some sentences to try and avoid hitting in that spot.
Okay.
But you've got to work them in. That's a gamer.
Yeah.
That's going to happen on the course.
Sure.
It's more about when it does happen, how far does it drop back?
Mm-hmm.
Which for you there, it's only dropping back to 200. I mean, you hit that pretty stinky, and it's still not far off where the pin was hit okay.
Yeah.
And it's about accepting that you're going to hit them.
Yeah.
So my next question is, what are you going to do in the next one?
Yeah.
That's where people always watch the guys on the telly are the leaders, and they're often not making that many mistakes. But they make mistakes in the 4 days. They
Yeah.
just get out of it, or they make a double and 2 more birdies. There's not many golfers out there who aren't who are hitting the sweet spot every time. Even the world class ones are hitting in different areas. So as a bad shot, little low, little left, in play, live with that.
Sounded higher.
Yeah, 147 smash, 94 mile an hour speed, 217 carry, 2-2 spin. Oh, it's a great big bertha day, isn't it?
I quite like that, yeah.
Even right in then with the
I'm a dog.
bertha, didn't he, in the end? They got the bertha.
Go on, I think we'll have one more, but I'm happy
One
with
more.
that as a combo.
The Lockie effect.
Yeah, well, it's different sign-ups for the XR, Matt, for the Crossfield driver.
What weight is the shaft, by the way? It feels lighter than the XR.
Around about the 50 grand mark.
Yeah. Was that low?
Yeah, it was.
A little bit.
9.6 launch, again at the bottom. 205 though, on a 8.6 or 8.6 launch.
Pretty good.
For, not your best hit.
No, exactly.
You'd take that all day long.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, really, yeah.
No, I'll take it back off you.
Yeah. The moral is that you've got the wrong loft, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you picked one out, and you 10.5 is standard loft, isn't it? It's what everyone thinks.
It is,
you
yeah.
have.
That's what most people go to the shop and pick up.
So that's set at what? Remind me again, 11 and a half?
So that's set to 11 and a half. So we've added 1 degree.
Yeah.
And we ever so slightly just changed the face angle just to help with that right-sided golf shot.
So you
Yeah.
made the club a bit more upright.
More upright.
Yeah.
More of a square face, if you like, which is where those straight to even draw shots are coming into play. So we've helped with your shot shape.
Yeah.
And with your launch conditions.
Great stuff.
It's good, isn't it? You try a couple more?
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're there. Fit. Shall we have a sum up then? Let's have a look. What shaft are we getting here as well?
You've got the Kurakagi 50-gram shaft in there.
So 50-gram shaft, very interesting as well. I mean, Dave is a fit guy. He's not. I mean, he's strong. Ian went for a 90-gram shaft compared to your 50.
Yeah.
So if you were to do it just on kind of like physiques, I think it just doesn't work. It's so player specific.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you're almost halving the weight of his shaft there. And that isn't going to be based on a strength factor. It's going to be based much more on kind of how you're putting forces through the shaft and applying it to the ball, which everyone does differently. So we've got 50-gram shaft, and we're going weight right in the heel.
We are, yeah.
So this club will come with a key.
Yeah.
And my advice to most of the people I teach is just key goes in your bag, you get rid. Just don't touch the key. You want to move the key,
Leave it
come
there.
and see me, because I see some strange changes sometimes. But it's got 10.5 written on there.
Yeah.
But it's not 10.5 because we've got the changeable hosel to make it go up to 11.5.
That's it, yeah.
I would argue on average there we're gaining, I don't know, it looked like around 9-10 yards through launch, wasn't it?
Yeah. Through the launch, yeah, I'd say 9-10 yards.
Absolutely.
Good spin control and good shots as well.
Yeah, and Dave's playing up a decent handicap. He's not silly. It's just you've gone and picked one off the shelf.
Yeah.
Everyone should be doing through this kind of process. If they want to get the best of them, these clubs aren't cheap, they are for Dave. I mean, generally, go and get fit for them.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I think we're there, Matt. Are we there? Happy? Thanks for watching, guys.